Hello again, welcome back. Class 306? What is it, Marta? 306, right? All right, I'm losing count. There's so many classes. If you don't learn English, I'm going to kill you. Come on. I mean, if you don't learn English, it's because you don't want to. Si no aprendes inglés conmigo es porque no quieres. No porque no puedas. You can learn English. Anybody can learn English. The best student in my life, 47 years. I've been teaching English for 47 years. And the number one student, by far, is only one man. If you ask me, Richard, who is the second best student you have ever had? It would be difficult for me. The second best student. There's several candidates for number two. But number one, there's only one. Sancho. El Señor Sancho. Coronel. Military. He started learning English from scratch. Scratch is rascar, ¿no? Scratch. Pero scratch también significa cero. Scratch golf is handicap cero in golf. And to start from scratch is partida cero. Y partida de cero absoluto, eh? Ni yes ni no. At the age of 57, he was 57 years old when he started. And when he was 59, his English was not bad, eh? He was able to work using English in 2 years to a solid, good, high intermediate level, B2 plus, in la jerga de hoy. So, he's the best student by far. Okay, page 296. Welcome to class 306. Page 296.14. Yes. Where do you keep your money? I keep my money in 3 different Spanish banks. And 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I kept my money in 4 different Spanish banks. Oh, what happened to the 4th? Well, I didn't need it anymore. And why didn't you need it? Why didn't you need it? Well, I didn't need it because I finished paying a mortgage. Paying a what? A mortgage. Mortgage. Morgan. No, Morgan, no, mortgage. Eso que es hipoteca. Yeah, in that bank I finished paying a mortgage, so I closed the account. So now I keep my money in 3 banks. But 5 years ago I kept my money in 4. All right, kept. I know a lot of people, but when I came to Spain in 1974, I knew only one person well. I came with $300 in my pocket, and I knew, conocía a una sola persona bien. I knew only one person well. Okay, Nacho was his name. So, yes, I knew. Yes. Richard, when you were young, yeah, did you know all the answers? Oh, yes. When I was young, I knew all the answers about life. Later, I realized that I was wrong. But I thought I knew. Pensé que conocía todas las respuestas. O se me sabía todas las respuestas. I thought I knew. I thought I knew all the answers. But later, más adelante, later I realized, realicé, no, me di cuenta. Later I realized that I was wrong, that I didn't know any of the answers. Originally, I thought I knew all the answers, but later I realized I didn't know any of the answers. Led. Alexander the Great, Alejandro Magno, was Greek Macedonian. He led his armies into Asia Minor, Asia Menor, Turquía hoy en día. He led his armies across the Hellespont, the Dardanelles, into Asia Minor. And then he led his army down to Tyre, down to Palestine, and he led his army into Egypt, and then he led his army west to Persia. Yes, and then he led his army all the way to the Indus River, Rio Indo, in Pakistan today. So Alexander the Great, Alexander the Great, led, condujo, lideró, guió, to lead. Lead, led, led. Lead, led, led. A leader leads. People follow. Alexander the Great led his armies all the way to the Indus River from Macedonia, or Macedon. And then he led his army back to Babylon, and he died in Babylon. Alexander the Great died in Babylon at the age of 33. He was 33 years old when he died. Fíjate, se dice a la edad de 33. At the age. No decimos a los 33 años. At the age of 33, he died in the city of Babylon. And he died leading his troops back. But he led his troops about 5,000 kilometers to the east, and then he led his troops, sus tropas, his troops back about 2,000 kilometers to Babylon, and there he died. All right, very young. Leave, don't leave me. Yes, yeah. My first girlfriend left me when I was 14. Yeah, Shelley Aberson. And she left me for David James. She left me for another man when I was 14. He was 14, but he had a motorcycle, and I didn't have a motorcycle. So she left me for him because he had a motorcycle. So I lost my first love, yes, and I was heartbroken, depressed for one day. The following day, I was okay. Depresión diurna. All right, one day depression. So I'm okay now. I have recovered from my heartbreak. The Heartbreak Hotel, yes sir. Leave, left. Yesterday, normally Marta and I leave together. Salimos de aquí juntos. But yesterday, she left before I did. She was in a hurry, and so she left. And I had to turn off the lights, take off the microphone, everything, and it's a big responsibility because she left before I did. Leave, left. Lend, to lend money. Préstame, ¿me puedes prestar 10 euros? Can you lend me 10 euros? Yes. Lend. Richard, how many times have you lent money to somebody? I've probably lent money, relatively important amounts of money, 200, 500 euros o más. I've lent money to maybe 10 people in my life. I've lent con L-E-N-T, lent. Por cierto, la palabra lent, con la misma ortografía, lent, como sustantivo significa cuaresma. Estamos ahora en cuaresma. We're in Lent. 40 days, Lent. Okay, but in any case, I've lent money to maybe 10 people, in relatively important amounts of money. Yeah. Did they pay you back? Only two. Only two paid me back. But are you angry? No. If a person asks me for money, a person important for me, or so, I'll lend them the money, knowing that probably they will not pay me back. There's a saying in Spanish: "Prestas dinero a un amigo, pierdes el dinero y pierdes el amigo." All right, and it's usually true. It's usually true because the friend has the money and doesn't pay you back, and it creates a strange relationship. But in any case, lend, let. Déjame continuar, porfa. Let me continue. Let me. A ver, let me see. All right, lose, to lose. Richard, are you losing hair? Yeah, I'm losing hair. Normal. Yeah. Have you lost a lot of hair in the last 12 months? No, I don't think so. A lot? No, I've lost a little bit of hair. I've lost a bit of hair. I've lost a little hair, but I haven't lost much this year. But I've lost quite a bit of hair in the past 15 years, yes. Yes, I've lost. Lose, lost, lost. Say, said. Did you say anything important yesterday? Well, yes, I said a lot of important things to you yesterday. Did you say, at the beginning of the class, Richard, did you say anything about Marta's hair? No, I didn't say anything. Did she say anything to you about her hair? No, she didn't say anything to me. Well, what did Marta say when you arrived, when you got here? What did she say when I got here this morning? Yeah, what did she say? Well, she said good morning. Ah, what else did she say? She said, who put on the makeup? Because she didn't put on the makeup today. No. And she looked at me and she said, Corazón de melón, te han puesto el maquillaje. She said, who put on? Put on is como ponerse prendas de vestir. To put on a coat, to put on a shirt, to put on a tie, but to put on makeup también. And so she said, ¿Quién te lo ha puesto? Yeah? Who put on your makeup? And I said, Marta, it's a secret. I said, anda, dímelo. I said, it's a secret. I said, Marta, maybe I'll tell you after the class. And so Marta is anxiously waiting, anticipation for me to tell her who put on my makeup today. But I don't know. What do you think? Should I tell her? ¿Debería decírselo o no? Should I? Should. Ele muda. Como would. Should I tell her? Should I? Fíjate la D de should como se enlace con yo. ¿Debería yo decírselo? Should I tell her? Should I tell her? No digo tell her. Tell her. Should I tell her or not? It's a secret. Somebody put on my makeup this morning. Normally Marta puts it on. And I think Marta's a little bit worried that she's going to lose that job, but that's not her job really. Marta's expertise is in television production, not in makeup. All right. Maybe I'll tell her after the class. Maybe. Quit. Richard, are you going to quit your job? No, I'm not going to quit. Did you quit school? No, during my years of schooling, from primary school to university, I never quit. Quit is abandonar los estudios. You have to drop out, we say, to quit. Yes. Richard, how old were you when you quit smoking? How old was I? ¿A qué edad dejé de fumar? How old was I when I quit smoking? Well, I never started smoking, so I can't quit smoking, right? So I didn't quit smoking. How old was Marta when she quit smoking? I don't know. I don't know if she smokes. Do you smoke? No, she doesn't. She says she doesn't smoke. So she has never needed to quit smoking. Quit. Escrito quit. Quit. Ring. Rang. What time did your alarm clock ring this morning? I don't use an alarm clock now. What do you use? Don't you remember? Don't you? Es el hermano menor de Menchu, Carmenchu, right? Don't you? Yes, don't you remember? ¿No te acuerdas? I don't have an alarm clock anymore, and I don't use my cell phone for an alarm. What do you use? Well, I use a coffee maker. A coffee maker? Cafetera? Yeah, traditional, classical coffee maker. Yeah, but it's in my bathroom, next to about 3 meters from my ear in the bed, and it wakes me up. And the smell of the coffee. And so I can hear the coffee maker. And I wake up. It's a soft, interesting way with an aroma. Yes, despertarse uno con aroma alrededor del café. It's good. Ring. Ran. Yes. To run, ran. When I was 18, I ran the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters. I was a fast runner. I ran in many different races. I ran. Okay, and I run this company. Dirijo esta compañía. El verbo to run también es dirigir, gestionar. And I ran this company in the 70s. I ran this company in the 80s. I ran this company in the 90s. I ran this company in the first decade of this century. And I ran this company in the second decade, because now we're in the third decade. Tercera década. Sell. Did you sell your car last year? No. How many cars have you sold in your life? How many cars have I sold in my life? I've sold, I don't remember. Well, yes. I think I've sold 4 cars. No, three cars in my life. Yeah. I've sold 3 cars in my life. All right. Do we have time? How much time, Marta? How much time? We have about 7 minutes or something? Yeah? Yeah, we have more. Me está enseñando el reloj. Okay. Let's start on page 299, casi 300, almost page 300. Inés Garcia. Yes. Our friend Inés. Inés Garcia. She's a Sevillana, like Marta. Yeah, that's Inés. All right. I think you have Inés here. Eh? All right. We have time to start. We'll continue tomorrow with Inés Garcia. Inés Garcia, hay que decirlo así en inglés, Garcia. Si a un angloparlante dices García, con la C española, castellana, visualicen un TH en medio, García con TH. Eso es lo que visualicen, porque si no saben que la C se cecea aquí, they visualize a TH in the middle. So, Garcia in English, Inés Garcia. Inés Garcia has had, presente perfecto aquí, eh? Inés Garcia has had a difficult day today. Claro, today no ha terminado todavía, es un tiempo en vigor, por eso el presente perfecto. Ha tenido hasta ahora. Inés Garcia has had a difficult day today. She's attended 2 meetings with her colleagues in the law firm. She's gone to the courthouse twice to defend 2 different labor cases, and she's given a lecture on labor law to first-year law students at the University of Seville. Toma. Luego volveremos. She's had to do all these things in a period of 8 hours. Because of this, she hasn't had time to do 3 other things that need her attention. She hasn't had time today to buy a birthday present for her boyfriend, whose birthday is the day after tomorrow. She hasn't had time either, tampoco, to make an appointment with the dentist to repair a crown, una corona, that broke yesterday. Finally, she hasn't had time to do the most important thing, which is to talk to Francois Monet, the young man from Paris, whom she met in the car accident 2 weeks ago. He left a message, dejó un mensaje. He left a message on her mobile telephone, donde estoy, he perdido el hilo. I lost my place. He left a message on her mobile phone this morning while she was in one of the meetings in the law firm. She's tried 3 times to call him, but his line has been busy all day. All right. She's spoken to him twice since the accident, and he's invited her to Paris. She spent 3 days in Paris with her parents when she was 11 years old. But since then, She hasn't had the opportunity to go back. She's been thinking a lot about Francois in the last 2 weeks. And she's made the decision to start learning French. Oh, on doit apprendre français. She hasn't told her boyfriend anything yet. All right. Oof. All right. Está entre dos aguas. All right. Inés Garcia has had a difficult day. Ahora diseccionemos un poco. Inés Garcia has had, ha tenido, has had. O dos veces el verbo tener. Claro, en español se dice haber y tener. Ha tenido, pero decir tiene tenido, o algo así. Tengo entendido, entendido. O sea, en algunos casos en español sí usáis tener casi como verbo auxiliar. He entendido que estás enfadado. Tengo entendido que estás enfadado. I have understood. Okay. Inés Garcia has had a difficult day today. She's attended 2 meetings. Aquí hago la contracción. She has attended. Ha asistido a 2 reuniones. She has attended, pero contraigamos. She's attended. Fíjate que attend no se dice attend to. Asistirá es to attend, sin to. She's attended 2 de número. She's attended 2 meetings with her colleagues in the law firm. Law firm, el bufete de abogados. Law firm, firma, leyes, firma de leyes. Law firm. Escrito firma, law firm. Colegas, colleagues. Esta palabra se mal pronuncia muchísimo aquí en España. Muchísimo. Mucha gente profesional dice college. College es universidad. Colleague. 1 colleague, 2 colleagues. Casi piensa en cólico de riñón. Cólico, colleagues. So, she's attended 2 meetings with her colleagues at the law firm. También valdría in the law firm. Bueno, es que dice in the law firm, perdona, pero los dos nos valen. She's gone to the courthouse. El juzgado, los juzgados. Se suele decir en plural aquí en España. Estar en los juzgados. Pero no en inglés. At the courthouse. La casa de la corte. Courthouse. Todo junto. She's gone. Ha ido. She's gone to the courthouse twice today, to defend 2 different labor cases. All right. To defend, para defender 2 casos. 2 diferentes casos laborales. 2 different. To defend. Well, she's gone to the courthouse twice today, to defend 2 different labor cases. And she's given a lecture on labor law to first-year students at the University of Seville. It's a lot of work in 8 hours. She's given a lecture. Escrito lecture. Ojo, amigo falso. Lecture, repito, escrito lecture, no significa lectura. Eso es una lectura, estoy haciendo lectura, pero not a lecture. Lecture es dictar una conferencia, dar una conferencia. Académica, to give a lecture. Dar una conferencia por ahí al público en general is to give a talk. I give talks, I don't give lectures, usually. To give a lecture es dentro del currículum, dentro del plan de estudios y plan de enseñanza en una escuela. To give a lecture. So, she's given a lecture hoy. Ha dado una conferencia. She's given a lecture on labor law. Sobre, on. Labor law, derecho laboral. Labor law. To first-year law students. Okay. Estudiantes de derecho de primer año. Estudiantes de primer año. First year, a hyphen in the middle. First, hyphen, year. Hyphen is guion. Es adjetivo. To first-year law students at the University of Seville. She's had to do all these things in a period of 8 hours. Periodo. In a period of 8 hours. That's impossible. She's attended 2 meetings with her colleagues. She's gone to the courthouse twice. And she's given a lecture in the university. I don't believe it. In 8 hours? Her tongue is hanging out. Ha tenido que hacer. She's had to do all these things in a period of 8 hours. Because of this, debido a esto, because of you, because of me, because of the situation, because of this, she hasn't had time to do 3 things that need her attention. And because of Inés Garcia, I haven't had time to finish this class. I'm running out of time. But I'll return tomorrow with Inés Garcia, okay? See you tomorrow.